Let's talk about Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you, Elise. That's wonderful. Happy Valentine's Day. So it's the day of love and friendship. So let's do a little talking. So the idea of this presentation is that you guys participate, that you are doing the talking. So my name is Indira Bakshi, and I work at Lane Community College in Eugene, Oregon in the United States, but I'm also a fellow for the English language programs that's sponsored by the State Department, the US Department of State in the United States. And my goal is to make sure that people at UCAB, the reason why I'm here is to help you guys practice and think in English. So let's get started. So what do you all know about Valentine's Day? Do you have any idea what the origin of Valentine's Day is? And if you do, please open your microphones and or raise your hand and we'll let you talk. Anybody have any idea where Valentine's Day came from? No? Okay. You can write in the chat if you're shy. No. Nothing? You don't know anything about Valentine's Day? Okay, yes, it is kind of, well, let's see. So I have this section where it's your answers here. Are you telling me nobody has an answer? Why do you think it started? Why do you think we celebrate? If I'm talking too fast, let me know, okay? Because I'm excited. When I'm excited, I speak fast. Okay, well, so we're gonna put a big N-O here, and let's see if you were right. Well, because of St. Valentine's good actions. Great, that was Aaron. So what do you think St. Valentine did, Aaron? And you can speak too. You don't have to just write in the chat. What were some of the good things you think St. Valentine did?
Okay.
Oh, great.
You hear me? So
yes, great.
Well, I don't know anything about the saints, but I do know that they did some good actions like Christianism, but I don't know what he did, you know. I just know that he did some good, but I don't know what. I know.
Okay, that's a good answer. So let's see if you were right. Since no one else has come up with an answer, thank you so much, Aaron, for participating. We're going to look at St. Valentine's Day origin story, okay? And I'm gonna do that like this. Okay, so let's read a little. Vera says he sent letters for lovers, I think. That's a good guess. So let's read. Let's read about St. Valentine's Day. And because I'm noticing that the group is a little shy, I'm going to go ahead and do the reading of the story. And if anybody would like to read, please raise your hand and I'll stop and let you read, okay? So about St. Valentine's Day. How did St. Valentine's Day begin? There are many different stories about the origin of St. Valentine's Day. Many scholars have different stories. How did St. Valentine's Day begin? One story says that Valentine was a priest in Rome a long time ago. He was a very good priest and many people liked him. Some scholars say that Claudius, the Roman emperor, did not want young men to get married. He wanted them to go to war. He was sad that no one could get married without permission. Of course, young couples wanted to get married. Valentine married them in secret. When Claudius found out, he put Valentine in prison. Claudius killed Valentine on February 14th. Oh dear. Other scholars say that Valentine performed miracles and people converted to Christianity because of his miracles. And Claudius executed him for this. 200 years later, the church made February a special day to remember Saint Valentine. Valentine became the patron saint of lovers. A different story is that February 14th is the day that birds choose their mates. So people choose the ones they love that day. One scholar believes that the famous writer Chaucer may have made this connection. In the 1370s, he wrote a poem that contains this line. Oh, we can't see the line. For this was on St. Valentine's Day. I'm going to escape so we can read it. Get Chaucer out of the way. For this was on St. Valentine's Day when every bird comes there to choose his mate. So that was part of a poem. I'm going to go back to sharing. Whoops. Sorry, slideshow. And here's some words in the stories. Do you guys know these words? Origin? What is origin? It's easy. It's a cognate. Origen, right? Right. Good. What is a priest?
Hi.
Oh, someone's talking. What is a priest?
A priest is a person who delivers a speech in a church.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Ivan. Rome. You guys know what Rome is? Where is Rome?
It's in Italy.
Excellent. It's in Italy. Emperor. Vera also answered. It's in Roma, Italy. Anybody else want to open their microphones? You guys are always all welcome to talk. Talking is permitted. Emperor? Do you have an emperor in? Oh,
I would
go
need,
ahead.
no, I would need them to raise their hands. Raise your hands, guys,
raise
if
your
you want
hands.
to talk.
Okay,
So I can open the
got it.
microphone for you.
Okay, emperor is bigger than a king, right? A monarch, yeah, and it's higher up than a king. So it's like of a big empire. War, do you know the word war? Where is there going to be a war soon? Maybe. It's all in the news in the United States right now. Ukraine, right, exactly. There might be a war in Ukraine. We can hope and pray that won't happen. In secret? Do you understand in secret?
Yes, it means that you don't tell anyone.
Exactly. Shh, don't tell anybody. Married? That one's easy. You should know that one. Anybody here married? I'm married, but I'm old. Choose, chose.
That means when you pick an option.
Excellent. That means when you pick an option. Good. The church? Anybody can talk. I've made everybody able to talk. Do you go to church on Sunday?
No.
No. Okay. On Wednesday? Good. I see someone wrote, okay, Aaron wrote where people go to pray. Vera wrote a temple. Exactly. Patron saint. What's a patron saint? Do you have a patron saint in Venezuela?
Could you explain for us the meaning of that word?
Okay,
Please.
a patron saint is the most important saint of a country or a region. So for example, I used to live in Mexico, and the patron saint of Mexico is La Virgen de Guadalupe, the Virgin of Guadalupe.
Well, here is the Virgin of Coromoto.
So here it says La Virgen de Coromoto, and somebody just spoke out. Thank you so much, you guys, for talking. This is great. The idea, when you come and do things in English, you need to practice. So I love hearing you talk. Okay, lover, what's a lover?
A boyfriend or
A
girlfriend.
boyfriend or a girlfriend, exactly. Prison? Anybody know what prison is? Is it a good place or a bad place? It's also a cognate with Spanish. Yes, thank you, Aaron. Where people go when they do bad things. Excellent. And then the last one is find out and found out.
That means to discover something.
Excellent. It means to discover something. So those are the key words to the story. Do you guys celebrate Valentine's Day in Venezuela? Please don't tell me the answer is no.
Yes, we do. In many cities here, the restaurants are crowded, full of people.
People go out to eat. Great. Yes, says Liz. Yes, says Karen. Okay, so some of these we're going to answer later. What are some customs for St. Valentine's Day in Venezuela, other than eating out? And you can put things in the chat or you can speak up. Give balloons and cake. Who do you give balloons and cake to? Give chocolates or a gift, says Vera. Oh my God, everybody's going fast. Karen says chocolate, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Raphael says send letters. Wonderful. Who do you give those things to? Who do you send the letters to? Valeska says flowers. Liz says, we usually give presents to our loved ones. Vera says to my boyfriend. Raphael, I'm reading the chat, says to families, friends, girlfriends. Ali says to my boyfriend. So people you love, right? Because it's the day of love. Somebody else added some, Gabriela added something different. We had stuffed animals, songs, and sometimes drawings. Yeah, children like to draw things for their parents. That's wonderful. Okay, so let's look at the next question. Are there special ways for young men and women to meet each other in Venezuela? How do people meet? And feel free to talk if you want to talk.
What do you mean, Indira? Meet by the first time?
Yeah, like the first time you meet. Like, how do you meet people? Do you meet people at school? Do you meet people? Are there dating? Do people go out to clubs? Or how do people meet? How do they fall in love? Like, I met my husband at work, for example. But it's not really special. It's just where I met him. So Vera says, I bet my boyfriend at school. Yeah, that's a good place to meet someone. Thank you, Yvonne. Yvonne mentioned that people meet through social media. And you date the people that you meet. Do you date the people you meet through social media? Raphael says, friends of your friends. Yes, that's a really good way to meet people. Yolanda says, my best wishes, Indira. Thanks, Yolanda. Okay, let's move on to the next part of our presentation, the presentation. So we read a little bit about the origin story, and the next thing I was going to ask you has a lot to do with good teaching practices, because usually you find out what people know, then you teach them something, and then you say, were you right? Were you right? And were you guys right? It was about St. Valentine. Okay, so let's talk, I'm not going to write the answers here because I think I covered them all. But now I want to know, what do you think Americans do on Valentine's Day? Do you think it's the same or different? What are some things do you think Americans do? Aaron says probably the same. Okay. Anybody else have an idea what you think Americans do? They go out to dinner, says Jesus. Rafael says they go out on dates. Aaron says, I don't think it's really different. Okay, Rafael says special dates, like eating special food. Vera says, I think we pretty much do the same. Jesus says we give flowers. Sophia says, I think the same. Love is love. Well, oh my goodness. Karen says, I think it's different, more special than here. And Sophia says date is a date. Well, you guys are really active in the chat. Gabriela says, for me, something special is something made by oneself. Yeah, that's so sweet. Alejandro says, dress like Cupid and go out with an arrow. That is hilarious, but no, I have never seen anybody do that. Yolanda says people give chocolate in America. So let's see. Okay, so you guys said for, I'm gonna put it right here. For Venezuela, you mentioned flowers, right? People give flowers. In the United States, it's the same. People give flowers. So flowers, that's true. It's the same. You all said in Venezuela, people give chocolate. And in the United States, it's the same. So Aaron was right in that case. Oops, I can't spell. Okay, what else did you all say for Venezuela? You said people go out to eat in restaurants. I'm having a hard time with my spelling. Go out to eat in restaurants. Well, turns out that yes, it is a big, big day for restaurants in the United States as well. And they have special dinners. So like they have special dinners just for two. Okay, I see a lot of things in the chat and I want to go back up and see what you guys are saying. One moment before we do more comparison. Thank you, Liz. Yes, in the United States, we give Valentine's Day cards. Do you give Valentine's Day cards in Venezuela? Yes? Okay, do you buy the cards or do you make the cards? It depends. Yeah, it depends. Okay. Yes, maybe by me. Okay. Children like to make them in the United States. Okay. At school, we make them every year. Yeah, the children always make the Valentine's Days in the US. So that's the same. Let's see if we can find, I wonder if there's anything that's different. I wonder if there's anything that's different between the way we celebrate. So Raphael says, Toronto, the best gift here. What is Toronto? I don't understand. Ah, Carla says, go out to the cinema. You know, that's not real popular in the US for Valentine's Day. What are Torontos, you guys? Okay, I see a bunch of things. Oh, is it kind of chocolate? Okay, it's a chocolate. Okay. Let's see. Vera says maybe in the United States gifts are more expensive. That's probably true. And Jesus says people spend more money in the US on St. Valentine's Day. I think that is probably true too, though I can't say for a fact. What else do you think might be different? In the United States, Valentine's Day has become very commercialized. So, okay, you guys are cracking me up. Okay, plush and balloons in Venezuela. Yeah, sometimes people give stuffed animals and balloons too. We celebrate during the day, not at night because of safety. Ah, that is definitely, Raphael, something that's probably different right now. In the United States, it's kind of an all-day celebration. What about wearing red clothes? In the United States, people wear red on Valentine's Day. Do you guys wear red on Valentine's Day? Kind of. We don't wear, Raphael says we don't wear red that much here. Okay. Yeah, so like people will have t-shirts and they'll have all kinds of outfits and all wearing red. And we do that for every holiday. So like we wear red for Valentine's Day. If it's St. Patrick's Day, everybody wears green. If it's Christmas, they wear red and green. We always try to, if it's Independence Day, we wear red, white, and blue. So people try to like wear clothes. We're really big into wearing clothes. Yolanda says that's not really the way you all do it in Venezuela. Okay, so it sounds like there's a lot of similarities between the way we celebrate in the United States and in Venezuela. And I think that's probably true all over the world. Okay, Jesus says red is politically biased. Oh, is it because it's the color of a party? That would, yeah, that would make a difference, right? If you think of a certain political statement because you're wearing a certain color, yeah. Okay, so I gotta get rid of this. Clear. Okay, let's talk a little bit about love. Let's see, how many people? Oh, we have 23 people. Great. What about parades? No parades. I've never seen a Valentine's Day parade. Do you guys have a Valentine's parade? Vera says, I think here is also very commercialized celebration. Okay, restaurants do promotions for couples and things like that. Yeah. All the holidays in the United States are really, really commercialized these days. So as soon as one holiday is done, they start trying to sell things for the next holiday. So as soon as Valentine's Day is done, everything's going to turn the color green, and they're going to try to sell things for St. Patrick's Day. And then after that, they're going to try to sell things for Easter. I agree with Vera. Okay, thank you, Carla. Thank you guys for all your participation. Okay, let's talk a little bit about love. And I'd like to put you, I don't know, am I able to put you guys in breakout rooms? I'm not sure. Oh, maybe not. We're not allowed to be in. Okay, I would really like to have some of you volunteer to talk for this next section of questions, okay? And don't be afraid, okay? Nobody's watching, nobody's listening, but these are really interesting questions that we can think about love and will help us practice our English. So number one is, what is the most important to have in a partner? For example, lots of money, smart, funny, good looking. I'm going to wait until folks raise their hands and talk. I want to hear people talk. Hi, Genesis. Can you open your microphone and tell us? Hi, Alpemayra. Can you open your microphone? I would love to hear your voices. Okay, so Vera raised her hand. Let's see.
Do you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Vera.
Okay. What I value the most in a person is the respect. I think it's very important.
Excellent. Wonderful. Okay, thank you, Vera. Genesis, would you like to talk about what you value most in a partner? What's most important? Okay, go ahead, Jesus. Go ahead, Jesus, you can talk.
Sí, sí, pero no pregunta la opción.
We hear you.
Ah, okay. Hello, teacher. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. I was, where is it? Well, I think the most important thing is having, similar values, because most of the time when, partners split up and things like that is because they think different about, core values or core things. For example, I don't know, I think is right to not to hit your children, for example. But maybe my girlfriend thinks that it is important that we must, like hit your children because you need to educate them or something like that. I think that is, like the most important thing. If the values, the core values are right, I think the other things, like they can be more negotiable or something like that. I think that it is fundamental in a relationship.
Wonderful. Thank you for your answer. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. Okay, Vera, you raised your hand. Would you like to talk? Answer what's most important to a partner?
Yes, I agree with Jesus. I think personalities may be different, but I agree that certain common values are important.
Excellent. Thank you for your contribution. Okay, Jesus raised his hand again. Do you have something else to say, Jesus?
No. It was a little mistake. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I don't know how to lower the hand or raise the hands. Okay. I'm trying to lower your all's hands, but it's not working. Albemira Wittorf raised her hand. Can you go ahead and talk, Albemira? What do you think about this topic?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello.
we can. Yes.
Okay, I think it is important the desire to grow together. Of course, values such as respect, communication, truth, and understanding. Putting yourself in the other's shoes is important. When between two people there is understanding, I think they can and grow up together, I think.
Amazing. That is a really profound commentary. If you don't grow together, then you could grow apart. Amazing. Thank you so much, Albemira. Sorry, I'm mispronouncing a lot of people's names, so I apologize. Okay, so let's talk about another question. We've got lots of questions here, and we still have plenty of time to discuss some more. Let's move on to question number 2. How old were you when you went on your first date? Who was it with? Where did you go? And what did you do? And please go ahead and raise your hand and we'll have you talk. And if you're afraid to talk, you can write it in the chat. but I would love to hear you talk. So we're on this.
Indira, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I think, while I think about the first day story, there is something I would like to comment about. Maybe that could be between the US and us. I mentioned before that for you, maybe I don't know if it is like that, but we don't give the card alone. It is like a compliment for another gift, you know, but I understand you guys tend to give these cards by themselves. I don't know if it feels like that. And another thing I want to comment is that these guys know a lot about love. My goodness.
I couldn't hear the last thing you said. Can you repeat? There's a little bit of technical difficulties happening.
Yeah, I think my connection is not helping, but I was saying that the comments were so good, you know, very beautiful comments about values and growing together, all those stuff. So I said, these guys really know about.
I think you went ahead and dropped out. But I agree with you. I think the comments were really great. And and one of the big differences, it sounds like that in Venezuela, you guys give cards, but they're with the present. But in the United States, you're right. You just give the Valentine. Sometimes people give presents, but cards are just given, and that's something kids do in the schools. They make cards and then they give them to everybody in their class. And so giving cards is done by itself. Okay. Anybody want to comment on how old you were when you went on your first date? Or do you want to hear about my first date? Vera says yes. You want to hear about my first date, or do you want to talk, Vera? Okay, my first date. I was 15 years old, and it wasn't really like a date. It was actually more like my mom didn't know I was meeting the guy, but because I was 15, and I went to a roller skating rink, and we went roller skating, and it was also my first kiss. It was very exciting. And my mom didn't know anything. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So that was my first date, and his name was Greg Bush. It was sweet, yeah. And then I used to go a lot roller skating, so I could meet guys that way. So remember we were talking about ways that you meet people? Like my mom didn't know that I was meeting guys when I went to the roller skating rink, but I was meeting guys. I was with my girlfriends. We would go together, and we would skate together, but then there was always like the romance, like, oh, that guy's so cute and all that. So Sophia says, I was 15 years old and we went to the cinema. I don't remember the movie, but I remember I decided never to go out with him again. Yes, that's what dates are for. I hear someone talking. Who is talking?
Yes, yes. Well, my first day was very late when I was 18. it was with a guy I met through mutual friends. We were boyfriend and girlfriend for 4 years. I don't remember very good how was the first day, but yes, when we met, it was in a party. We give each other our numbers, phone numbers. Yeah, that it was fun, I think.
Wow. Okay, let's move on to the next question. This is a really important question. Would you continue to date someone you really liked, even if your family did not like him or her? Why or why not? We're right here. Vera is talking about her first date. Okay, so she wrote it in the chat. So we'll go back to number 2. I was 14 years old when we went to eat ice cream. It was a cute date. Yeah, 14 is pretty young. So definitely ice cream is a good activity for 14-year-olds. Okay, what do you guys think? Should you date somebody that your family doesn't like? Why or why not? Okay, Jesus, go ahead.
I think it depends, because if you really estimate your family criteria, I think you should, think it twice. If you really estimate, like the criteria. If you think your family doesn't have good opinions, good point of views, you may say, well, I think I'm doing the right thing. So, well, I know that she or he will be a great, person. So I know my family will like them someday. So I think it really depends. In my personal case, I would think it twice, but I think, if I'm really sure that she's, like a good girlfriend, I think she will, like gain my family's trust soon, because she's great. So I really don't worry about that, because I know that if she's the one, she's the one.
Nice. Great answer. Thank you so much for participating. Would anybody else like to address this question? I see in the chat that Valeska says yes, she did, and he's her husband now, and her family loves him. So exactly what Jesus was saying, that your family will learn to like the person if they're a good human being. Yes. Anybody else want to answer this question? This is your time to practice. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, personally, I say it's an individual decision. The family should respect the decision to continue with a partner, unless it's an extreme case. Maybe if the partner is a criminal or doesn't have good habits.
Good point. How do you know, though, if the partner is a criminal or not? I guess you find out later. Yeah.
There is a strange, weird cases, but yes, it's an individual decision.
An individual decision. And Sophia says in the chat, I think, yes, he is my boyfriend, not my mother's boyfriend. That's true. And, what kind of like Alvimayra said, that it's your decision. And if you make a mistake, you need to be responsible for your own mistakes. Of course, that is what I think, but my husband thinks completely different. Anybody who dates his daughter, he doesn't like. Okay, let's go on to the last question here, and then we've got something fun to do. Okay, women, would you ask a man out? Why or why not? Men, would you ask a woman, would you like it if a woman asked you out? Why or why not? And this is a question that comes it's kind of dated because I think the culture has changed quite a bit, but you can let me know if you think the culture has changed or not, because I think the culture has kind of changed in the United States, that girls do ask men out more often than they used to, but I don't know if that's the case in Venezuela. So what do you guys think? Jesus says, tricky question. Let's see if we could get somebody else to talk. Somebody else would like to say something, or you can write it in the chat if you really want to. But what do you think? Would you ask him, if you're a woman, would you ask a man out? If you're a man, would you like it? Okay, Vera says, first, I would like to understand why they don't like him or her and evaluate my options. Oh, that's a good. That was from number 3. From number 3, would you date someone your family doesn't like? But I think it's a good, if it's a good person, I would continue the relationship. Alejandro says, yeah, they can shoot their shot too. Okay, I don't understand, Alejandro. You'll have to explain more. Do you want to open your microphone and explain? And Liz says, I agree. It is an individual decision, but we should be careful if there are red flags. That's true. And sometimes you do need to listen to friends and family.
Hi, you can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to explain that they woman can have the first intention, the intention to ask men out without a problem.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. So you're saying they can shoot, they have a right to ask too, you know, and to find out if somebody likes them. I like your answer. Anybody else have an opinion about how you would feel about women asking you out if you're a guy, or if you're a woman, would you feel confident enough to ask a guy out? Okay, so Rafaelo says, I do, but I can't use my microphone. Okay, so you would be happy if a woman asked you out?
Hi, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Welcome.
Hey, nice to ask me out, because that demonstrates me how brave she is, and that it's a person who really works for things to happen, and I find that really attractive.
Nice. Okay, women out there, you heard that one from Rafael. If you like Rafael, ask him out.
Hi.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Vera.
I'm a woman, and if I like someone, sometimes I say it directly, and sometimes I prefer not to do anything.
Okay.
It depends on the situation.
Right. Albemayra says she's really shy and she couldn't do it. I kind of feel the same way. I'm too shy. I think I would end up being alone the rest of my life if somebody didn't ask me out. Go ahead, Jesus, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I think in my personal case, I think there's no problem, but I think, you know, like we have the custom, you know, like the man is the one who has the initiative, you know, like the idea. Well, would you like to go on a date? I will pay everything, or 50-50, but you know, he's like the proposal. The man is the one who proposes, at least here in Venezuela. And I think it's great. I really respect. And if a woman asks me out, I think I won't have any problem. But it won't be, you know, like my favorite choice. I would rather, you know, like ask her out than she ask me out. But I don't have any problem too either, because, well, I think it's great. If I like her, that's the most important thing.
True. Rafael says, I prefer to give the first step, to be honest, but a woman who gives the first step would be like, wow, haha, that would be interesting. Yeah, yeah. I think it really depends on the people and their personalities, but imagine the opportunities you're missing if you really like somebody and you don't talk to them or you don't show some interest, you may lose your chance, right? You may lose your chance to be with that person. It could be the love of your life. Vera says, I'm really shy, but if I like someone, I prefer to say it. I do not have anything to lose. Yes, Vera, I'm with you. I mean, I know I'm shy and I wouldn't probably do it, but then think about it if I never told my husband that I liked him and I really liked him and maybe I never ended up with him. You know, I waited for him to make the first move, but imagine that if he had not made the first move. So, okay, let's do something fun for the last 8 minutes. Liz says, I think it's a matter of culture. Venezuelan women in general don't do the first move. And I think it's the same in the United States, Liz, although I'm wondering if it's changing a little more in the US. My daughter has asked several guys out so I don't know if it's the United States or the youth right now. But definitely the United States is a little bit more daring when it comes to like breaking the gender roles than many other countries. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, so let's do something fun for the last part. And this part, I think it would be best if everybody just puts their answers in the chat because it's kind of like a game. So we can really just like have fun with this. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen again because I wanted to see everybody while we were discussing. Okay, so here's some fun rhymes. Do you know these words? Okay, a Valentine's color that rhymes with bed. I want to see the answer in the chat. Yes, red. Okay, a Valentine's color that rhymes with sink. Pink, pink, pink. Good. Jesus, Rafael, excellent. I love it. Okay, do you know this one? The archer of love that rhymes with stupid. Man, Jesus is quick. Cupid. Valeska, Cupid. Alejandro, Cupid. Okay. Let's see what else. I have lots of rhymes. Okay, this one, the next one is something you give that rhymes with lift. So Raphael says gift, that's correct. Something you give that rhymes with yard. Yes, Raphael, you are fast. Cards. Jesus, card. Ivan, card. Good. What Cupid shoots that rhymes with go? Jesus, you raised your hand. Do you want to say it? Okay, Jesus was the first one to get the answer in. I don't know if everybody has the same internet connection because I see things coming in at random times. Okay, arrow is correct. Okay, another rhyme. An emotion that rhymes with glove. That one's easy. Oh my God. Yes, Valeska got it first. Love. Great job, you guys. What couples go on that rhymes with late? Raphael is first. Man, you're fast. Date, date, date. Oh, Raphael says, but not late, please. Exactly. You don't want to be late for your date. Okay, a long, long time that rhymes with clever. Is this one a little bit more difficult? A long, long time. Great. Alejandro got it first. Forever. Okay. These are a little more difficult now. Oh no, this is still the indie. The next page is the difficult ones. Okay. These are supposed to be easy. A Valentine symbol that rhymes with art. Vera, you're right. Heart. Genesis, right? Heart. Okay, something sweet that rhymes with dandy. Yes, Jesus got that one first. Candy. Strong emotion that rhymes. Oh, sorry. The next one is what couples do that rhymes with miss. Yes, kiss. Wonderful. Strong emotion that rhymes with fashion. Fashion. Wonderful. Passion. How do you spell passion? I'm going to put it. Yes, thank you, Liz, with 2 S's. Pasión in español, passion in Spanish, in English, excuse me. In English. Can you tell I'm nervous? Okay. I'm really nervous. Okay, the next one, okay, these are supposed to be difficult. Let's see how this goes. A feeling of happiness that rhymes with toy. Wow. Ademira got it right away. Joy. Okay, a way to hold someone that rhymes with bug. Yes, Raphael, good job. Hug. I'm just going to say the first person because everybody's answering so fast. Okay, and the last one is the taste of chocolate that rhymes with heat. Great job, Beta. You got it. Sweet. So I have to say the time together has been very sweet. I definitely enjoyed my time with you. And we are almost done. So there are some optional readings. So if you like to read in English and you want to practice and learn a little bit more, you can go to this National Geographic article called Valentine's Day Wasn't Always About Love. And it talks about another tradition. It was called Lupercalia. Lupercalia was an old ancient pagan ceremony. So it's very interesting. And then the article goes down and has all kinds of other things. So I'm going to put that in the chat if you want to read that on your own. A good way to practice English is to talk, to think, and to read. And then the other article that I found that was really interesting about St. Valentine, it has more stories about who they think St. Valentine was and what he did. And so there are many, many myths. Scholars have different ideas. So this article goes through all of those and it's in English and it's from the History Channel. If you like history and you are interested in learning English and practicing English, the History Channel is great because not only do they have readings, they have videos and other things that you can access. I'm also going to go ahead and put the link to the presentation in the chat. It's open to anybody who wants to take a look at it. If you want to use it, if you want to copy it, if you're an English teacher or just anything, it's open access. It's all there. And I need to there's a few mistakes. I don't know if you guys saw the mistakes and I need to go through and take care of those mistakes, but all of that is for you guys to use if you want to. And I want to say thank you so much for coming and talking about Valentine's Day with me. It was a lot of fun.
Well, anything else to say, guys, before we leave?
Thanks, Alejandro. Thanks, everybody. So glad you came. I hope you come to my next talk.
Thank you, teacher. It was great.
Yeah, it was so good to be with you all. Happy Valentine's Day. Eat chocolate.
Thank you, Indira. Thank you, everyone. Have a happy Valentine's Day. And well, I will see you next time. Thank you very much, Indira. It was very interesting.
Bye. It was fun to be with you all. Bye-bye.
Very fun.